Hey guys, today on People Now, which Breaking Bad star is joining the cast of Westworld?
Eminem responds to backlash he's facing over his new album.
I scared the hell out of some girl one time because I called her.
Bachelor host Chris Harrison reveals his hilarious blunders in the modern dating scene.
What does Prince Harry have planned for his birthday weekend?
And what better way to kick off your weekend than with a surfing corgi?
Yes, we've got it all today on People Now.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. We've got a great show today. We're kicking things off with some pretty big TV news here.
Yes.
Breaking Bad star Aaron Paul is headed to Westworld. Lots of buzz about this. Paul has joined the HBO sci-fi drama for season 3. No details have been released yet on what his character will be. The move marks, though, the Emmy winner's first cable TV series regular role since his work playing Jesse Pinkman on Breaking Bad.
Yeah, this is big news. The actor seemingly confirmed the news Thursday night by posting a Westworld photo on Twitter with the caption, "I feel like I'm in a dream, Dolores. Can you wake me up from this dream?" The news comes as actor James Marsden, another leading man on Westworld, got snatched up by Netflix earlier this week to co-star in its dark comedy series Dead to Me, potentially signaling the end of Marsden's involvement in the HBO drama.
Now, since Breaking Bad wrapped in 2013, Paul has starred in Hulu's low-profile drama The Path and shot Apple's upcoming series Are You Sleeping? So in honor of Aaron's new gig on Westworld, we want to know, what role would you like to see him play? Host or human? If you watch Westworld, you get it.
You know what we're talking about.
You can help make this decision. Vote in our People poll. We'll check in on those results a little later. But now we move on to this. Eminem is getting real about some of the criticism that he's faced in response to his new album, saying he, quote, might have taken it too far after using a homophobic slur in his track, Fall. The line in question is a direct diss to Tyler, the creator, after the 27-year-old publicly criticized Eminem's Walk on Water. Shady says, although he doesn't regret standing up for himself, he does regret using that word, telling rapper Sway in a multi-part interview, in my quest to hurt him, I realized that I was hurting a lot of other people. Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds was one of Eminem's loudest critics, writing on Twitter, it's never okay to say a word that is filled with hate. I don't care what year you were born in or what meaning it has to you. If it contributes to hate and bigotry, then it is hateful, period. Eminem adds that while he was finalizing his album, the use of the slur bothered him, telling Sway he decided to slightly obscure it, but now realizes people could still understand what he was saying. Head to swaysuniverse.com to watch the full interview. But now we move on to diss tracks, from diss tracks to Diamond Balls.
Yes, just one day after closing down New York Fashion Week, Rihanna delivered yet again at her 4th annual Diamond Ball at NYC's Cipriani Wall Street restaurant in a white jumpsuit complete with a massive white bow covering her up in just the right places. Rihanna launched the Diamond Ball to raise funds for the Clara Lionel Foundation, named after her grandmother. According to their website, the CLF's goal is, quote, improving the quality of life for young people everywhere. And they do so through education and emergency response. And the celebs were out in support of Riri. Childish Gambino performed at Thursday night's event, and Tiffany Haddish and Issa Rae all came out for the cause. Rihanna's commitment to the organization doesn't stop at Thursday night's party. She has a highlighter in her best-selling Fenty beauty line called Diamond Ball Out, and 100% of the proceeds go to the nonprofit, which is amazing. Now, according to their social media, the Clara Lionel Foundation has committed more than $7 million in grants towards areas of education, health, and emergency response. And a happy early birthday to Prince Harry. The newlywed royal turns 34 on Saturday, as he also gears up for his first official royal tour with wife Meghan Markle. The two will head down under in October for a whirlwind 16-day tour of Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and Tonga. They'll tackle some conservation work and attend Harry's Invictus Games. That's the Paralympic-style event created for wounded or injured armed service members. That will take place in Sydney from October 20th to October 27th. A little later in the show, we'll be taking a look back at Harry's big year, a proposal, a wedding, a new nephew, 2 trips to see Hamilton. This guy has it made, so stick around for that.
Guys, it may be Harry's big day this weekend, but all eyes are still on the woman he married 4 months ago, Meghan Markle. She graces the latest cover of People, but as we see in this week's Deep Dive, her glamorous new life hasn't been entirely smooth.
Nice to see you. Very nice to see you.
Meghan Markle has been a royal for less than half a year, but by all accounts, she's handled it like an old pro.
Meghan has done an amazing job. This transition from regular person / actress, she has done it with such grace, such elegance, and such professionalism.
But People has learned that her calm veneer has been challenged by a number of personal struggles.
Her father, Thomas Markle, has continued to speak out about her, and this has caused her a lot of pressure. Meghan's also had to deal with the fact that she now lives a long way away from her friends. She's never lived in England before, and when you are a celebrity, let alone the most talked about person in the world, it's hard to know who to trust.
Meghan's gotten support from someone who knows this world very well.
Since Prince Charles walked Meghan down the aisle, they've strengthened their bond, and she and Harry has spent a lot of time with both Charles and Camilla over the summer, and he has proven to be a real force of support for them.
Yet again, she's about to put all of that behind her as she'll head out on one of her most important tours yet.
That will be her first major international tour alongside Harry, and in October they are going to go for 16 days. They'll be in Australia, New Zealand, Tonga, Fiji, timed around the Invictus Games, which is Harry's Paralympic-style event.
People may be surprised to know she'll handle one detail all by herself.
Since her wedding, Meghan has been doing her own makeup. Her good friend and wedding makeup artist Daniel Martin has told us that she's great at it, she loves it.
It's a minor detail that gives her a major sense of normalcy. Another is being able to resume some of the daily activities she loved before her fame hit a global scale.
When she's not on official royal duty, Meghan has had a lot of downtime in London, and she's not a party girl. She likes to stay at home and cook with Harry, and when she does go out, she wears a cap, she goes incognito to Pilates or get her hair done. And in the past, we do know she has frequented the Whole Foods near Kensington Palace.
The crazy thing is Meghan's only been married 4 months, so it's taken a long time for this whole impact of becoming a royal to hit her. And because theoretically they really are still in the honeymoon phase.
As she moves forward, Meghan is looking to her future as a royal and perhaps a bigger family of her own.
Harry and Meghan have made no secret of the fact that they're looking forward to having children one day. We've definitely seen their kid skills put to use at a lot of recent events, the Well Child Awards, and her friend Daniel Martin says she'll be a fantastic mother.
All right, stay with us. Chris Harrison is opening up about Colton's Bachelor backlash and if he would ever hand out the roses one day. Plus, are Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin secretly married? They were spotted at a courthouse, and we have the details.
All right, guys, People was at the Toronto International Film Festival this past week, but we didn't show up empty-handed. We brought along some extra special furry friends.
Look at those guys, so cute. Dog rescue organization Finding Them Homes supplied the perfect pups who got to get up close and personal with some of our favorite stars.
Lisa Dezote, co-founder of the organization, revealed who the puppies were most excited to see. Watch this.
I think the puppies this year are looking forward to seeing Hilary Swank. Of course, she's got her own rescue, Hillary Foundation, where she brings in stray dogs to help out with youths at risk. So I think she's looking forward to them as well as the puppies because they know that she cares.
I think the love, is mutual love between the two.
So cute. They're adorable. I got some major love for another dog, too, because this one actually surfs, guys.
So look at this. Jojo the Corgi can catch a wave. This is not Photoshopped. This is real.
The surfing is actually therapy for Jojo. After he and his owner were attacked by 2 off-leash dogs, Jojo was prescribed hydrotherapy for his injuries.
I mean, look at him now. Happy as can be. It's amazing.
He really is. All right, everybody. In honor of Aaron Paul signing on for season 3 of Westworld, we've been asking if you would rather see him as a host or a human on the show. Let's take a look at our People poll results so far.
Oh, it's very close.
This is the closest poll we've ever had.
Ever. In the history of our People polls, this is the closest.
I'm so excited that it's so neck and neck. Who knows what will happen?
I know.
By the way, Westworld has so many Emmy nominations. It's really cool that he's going to be diving in. No matter which one he does, I'm sure it's going to be a really juicy role for him.
Well, it's a tight race, so keep voting in our People poll for the role you would like to see Aaron Paul play on Westworld. But now back to this.
Colton Underwood. He's going to be handing out the roses next season on ABC's The Bachelor, but the choice was met with lots of criticism from Bachelor Nation.
Chris Harrison opened up about the backlash, explaining why Colton is the perfect choice.
If we had picked Jason, if we picked Blake, it doesn't matter. You're going to catch some heat. And Colton caught heat, and so did we. But the way I see it, it's not an indictment on Jason. Love him. Go grab a beer anytime. Blake, same guy. But Colton, you have to understand, gives us what we felt was the best TV. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to entertain, we're trying to tell a story. He has a lot of layers and a lot of things that I find compelling, and I figure if I find it compelling, I think you will too. Because I'm excited to find out if this will even work. Is he ready? Does he really want to propose? Is he at that stage in his life? We're going to find out. It could be a complete and utter disaster. which case it'll still be phenomenal TV. I hope it doesn't. I hope he gets down on one knee, but you don't know. The show's not predicated on the fact that it always works. And so it's going to be interesting that he has to figure this out. And on top of that, I don't know if you guys heard, he's a virgin.
I've heard.
I didn't know if that had gotten out. So there is that to unpack as well, the social impact of that and how he's hidden it. He was kind of ashamed of it for a while. And okay, how do the women react? How does he handle it? When we get to the fantasy suites, what does that look like?
That's what I was going to ask is...
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. I know people are mad, and they're right to be mad because Jason or Blake or whoever are great people. They are, and they do deserve love. And so I'm glad that people are upset. They just have to remember why they're upset. And that Colton's a good guy too, and he's going to be a great bachelor.
If you doubted it before, Chris Harrison makes a very convincing argument for Colton.
But of course, we had to poke around in Chris's own dating life. Turns out it ain't easy finding love in the digital age.
Last time I was dating, it was like the late 90s. That's when I met my wife, and I was married until I was 40 years old. So, I mean, jumping back into, I was like in the dark ages. There was no social media, there was no texting.
No cell phone stuff.
None of that,
right?
none of that existed. And so it's so different now. Like, I scared the hell out of some girl one time because I called her.
Like, why are you calling, right?
Yeah.
Why are you texting?
I called her to ask her out, and then I had the audacity to say, where should I come pick you up, and when should I come pick you up? I was like, I was this like predator. She's like, well, we'll meet. I'm like, we'll meet? I'm like, if you're okay to date me, you should be okay for me to come pick you up. Like, and I have to step back and go, okay, we don't talk anymore. We just text. we don't pick each other up. We just meet.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rules. I had to figure out the rules.
Yeah, lots of new rules here. The dating scene, clearly not the easiest thing to dive back into, but would Chris ever consider signing up as the next Bachelor himself?
I believe in the show, and I believe it works, clearly, as I've married lots of these couples, and there's babies and this whole thing. It's just not, it wouldn't be for me, because it's partly my creation. I have been a part of this since it started in its infancy, and so my fingerprints are all over this thing. So just walk into it oblivious and act like I'm naive or what, it wouldn't work. Because I've just been there every step of the way. If there was some weird way to take myself out of the Bachelor world and do something like that, I would totally be for it.
All right, guys, Prince Harry is celebrating his 34th birthday on Saturday. So in honor of one of our favorite royals, we're taking a look back at his epic year of being 33.
So much happened, guys. Last September was a big one. Harry met Melania Trump in Toronto at the Invictus Games.
Just a few days later, he surprised spectators when he took in a game of wheelchair basketball with Barack Obama and Joe Biden.
But eyes were really on Harry when he was spotted at those games with his girlfriend Meghan Markle by his side for the very first time. Hard to believe this was only a year ago.
I know, it's crazy. All right, on to October. We learned a lot about Harry and food this month. On a visit to an English nature reserve, Harry admitted he's never roasted marshmallows over a campfire. What? Harry explained it's because, quote, they're too sweet for me.
All right. Then
not an excuse.
No excuse at all. Then on Halloween, Harry and former First Lady Michelle Obama made a surprise visit to a Chicago high school where he got real about what else? Pizza.
So he admitted to students that he actually doesn't eat pizza anymore, but he broke the rules and made sure to sample some of Chicago's famous delicacy the night before. Hey, when in Rome or when in Chicago, as they say.
Yeah, and in November, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced their engagement, stepping out at Kensington Palace to show off the ring and their happy smiles.
And gave an interview revealing all sorts of sweet details about their relationship, including their proposal story. They were roasting chicken, having a quiet night at home when Harry got down on one knee.
And they released these gorgeous engagement photos shortly after, taken by the photographer who would also end up capturing their wedding day, Alexei Lubomirsky.
Very beautiful. In December, the newly engaged duo stepped out for their first royal workday together in Nottingham. This is when we knew Meghan would fit in perfectly with the royals. She greeted the crowds like a champ.
And closing out the year, Harry broke tradition by inviting Meghan to spend Christmas with his family. Now, this was pretty surprising because Kate Middleton only joined the royal festivities after she was married to William.
Fast forward to February when the Fab Four united for the first official time. Together, William, Harry, Kate, and Meghan held the first annual Royal Foundation Forum, where they took the stage to discuss the future of their charitable efforts.
Now, in March, Harry and Meghan made an unannounced historic visit to Belfast, Northern Ireland. The area was rocked by violence for nearly 40 years as the Irish Republican Army demanded an end to British rule there. And Prince Charles's uncle was even assassinated in 1979 by an IRA bomb.
Making Harry and Meghan's reason for being there that much more poignant, they went to celebrate a youth-led peace-building initiative called Amazing the Space.
And on April 23rd, Harry became an uncle for a third time when his nephew, Prince Louis, we've heard of him, he was born. Louis became 5th in line to the throne, pushing Harry to 6th. But for a cutie like Louis, we're pretty sure Harry doesn't
I don't
mind.
think so. Finally, in May, it was the moment we've all been waiting for, the royal wedding. Prince Harry became a married man on May 19th in St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle.
Meghan wore a chic, structured gown by Givenchy as she walked down the aisle, kicking off a picture-perfect fairy tale day. It was so fun to watch.
Since then, Harry and Meghan have stepped out at garden parties and doled out trophies at a high-profile polo match.
They were arm in arm attending Prince Louis's christening in July, even saw Hamilton in London's West End for the second time together.
Must be nice. Now Harry and his bride are looking ahead to their first official royal tour as a married couple. They'll head down under to Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and Tonga in October.
Talk about a whirlwind.
I know,
Wow.
it's amazing.
All right, moving now to the music, movies, and TV you need to check out in this week's People Picks.
Carrie Underwood is back with her 6th album, and she's getting personal, taking on politics, prejudice, gun violence, as well as those pillars of country music we know best, like love, heartbreak, and redneck margaritas. Hey, sign us up.
This is also Carrie's first record since her life-changing fall in November 2017. She broke her wrist after falling outside her Nashville home, had to get more than 40 stitches in her face due to that scary accident, but she's proving she is back and better than ever.
You want to trade confessions?
No.
Come on. What's the wildest thing you've ever done?
She's an enigma, my wife. You can get closer, you can never quite reach her. She's like a beautiful ghost.
Did you just take my picture?
Erase it. I guess I'm probably not the kind of person you're normally friends with.
Oh, you do not want to be friends with me. Trust me.
What happened to Emily? That's the question Anna Kendrick asks in the twisty-turny new thriller A Simple Favor when her glamorous and very mysterious new friend, played by Blake Lively, goes missing. If you loved The Girl on the Train and Sharp Objects, don't miss this one. And when People sat down with the movie's leading ladies, Anna revealed what she really thought when she met Blake for the very first time.
I remember thinking, God, she's tall. So I disliked her immediately.
What's the truth?
Tear it down.
And that's no lie.
Vivica A. Fox and her panel of experts are saving marriages and ending feuds on the new daytime talk show Face the Truth. Vivica took a break from all the drama to stop by People Now, gave us a little taste of the show, and in the process, she revealed that she's actually a big fan of a certain, maybe a little unlikely pop star. Watch.
Some party on, picking up your favorite song. Dance, dance, dance to the disco song. Dance, dance, dance to the distortion. Change to the rhythm. Yes. Okay.
You got that spray butter?
No spray butter. It's so bad for you.
You love that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up having it, but it's not good for you.
Yeah, I remember watching you spray that in your mouth.
It's so gross. I
At
did
like
not
2
do
in the
that.
morning.
Please don't tell them that.
Evan Ross is spilling Ashley Simpson's deepest, darkest secrets on their new reality show, Ashley and Evan, like her addiction to spray butter. Hey, just own it, Ash. We all have our vices. And when the musical couple stopped by People Now to tell us all about it, they also revealed one of Evan's mom, Diana Ross's secrets, has to do with her texting habits. Take a look. What do you guys text about?
Just normal things, you know, about Jagger and Bronx and just normal.
Does Diana Ross use emojis? That's my big question.
She does sometimes.
Yeah.
Does she have a favorite?
I don't know.
Heart.
She likes the heart stuff.
I'm gonna get a hold of that phone and check out this conference.
I know.
All right, moving on to this. Justin Bieber and his fiancée Hailey Baldwin were seen at a courthouse where they issue marriage licenses on Thursday.
Oh man, in a photo obtained by TMZ, the lovebirds were spotted walking hand in hand into the building.
The outlet also reported that Baldwin and Bieber appeared to be extremely emotional, with a courthouse insider saying Bieber told Baldwin, quote, "I can't wait to marry you, baby."
A source also told TMZ that Bieber told a court official, "Thanks for keeping it on the DL." Apparently other people did not keep it on the DL.
While their courthouse appearance certainly raised raises eyebrows. Don't worry, this is most likely not a secret wedding. A Bieber source tells People, quote, "It was just a paper filing. They have a wedding planner and have been busy planning. They've been looking at locations in Canada and Los Angeles, and it'll likely be early 2019.
And if you're wondering if Justin asked Hailey's dad, Stephen Baldwin, for permission to marry his daughter, he has. Definitely a gentleman.
Yeah, a
Good move.
source tells People Stephen has given his blessing to the marriage. It was very important to Justin to make sure that her family was on board with the marriage, and they are.
Adding Justin and Hailey are very traditional when it comes to those things, and Stephen, of course, is as well. Stephen accepts Justin 100%, and everyone is so happy. That's their quote.
Seems like one big happy family there.
Yeah.
The always hilarious Judy Greer has a lot to be excited about right now, from starring alongside Jim Carrey in a new series, Kidding, to playing Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter in the upcoming Halloween sequel.
Can't wait to see that. But Greer also has a lot to celebrate when it comes to her personal life. In this week's People, the actress reveals that her husband, producer Dean E. Johnson, is finally moving in with her after nearly 7 years of marriage.
Now, the two kept separate homes because Johnson wanted to stay close to his two children from a previous marriage in Thousand Oaks, California, while Greer lived 40 miles away in LA.
Greer tells People, quote, "Our married life is a little weird. He had his house and I had mine. We spent our nights together back and forth, but now that her stepchildren are 18 and 23, the duo will reside solely in her newly remodeled home."
In the interview, Greer also opened up about her good friend and 13 going on 30 co-star Jennifer Garner, saying she is always so upbeat and that she doesn't know how she does it all. We don't either.
Yeah, Greer even got emotional on talk show The Social this week when asked about Garner, saying, quote, "I really love her so much. There's not a lot of people in the world that deserve everything that they've gotten and all the success, and she is one of them." All right, guys, coming up next week, Tom Bergeron is here filling us in on the new short film that he's starring in. It's called The Messenger.
Plus, we've got Tony Danza in the studio talking about his upcoming Netflix series, The Good Cop. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Peyton List. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Peyton List, and this is One Last Thing. My last big splurge was actually last night, and I had this big diamond dinner that I was going to, which feels so crazy. And the security guard came to the door, and we had to sign for all these diamonds, and I've never felt more pressure in my life. Luckily, it was like Cinderella at the end of the night, just kind of gave it back. My last girls' night, I just moved into my own house in LA, so I like to have lots of girls' nights now, and we did a big movie night. I think we ended up watching White Chicks. The last song stuck in my head, oof. I don't know, I'm always singing Billie Eilish to myself. I love her music.